Hello. Oh, starting the show off with Debbie. Great. Okay. All right, Debbie. You're brave enough to come in here. So let's see. Do you record check everyone working at Walgreens before you use the store? Nope. Not the same. Don't understand reasons to out Greeno. But thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. If you don't understand the reasons for outing Greeno, then you shouldn't be in the true crime community. Point blank, period. Probably lots of YouTubers have records. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they do. Are they repeat offenders that keep saying, give me another chance? Everyone messes up. Do they use that as a crutch to be a victim? And they use that to victimize others and get away with stuff? That's not okay. He has a long history in the true crime community of being horrible, from stealing from victims' families to lying, spreading rumors, false rumors about victims' mothers. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And everyone in the chat, list them. No, I'm not the judge and jury. I'm just sharing the truth. It's the truth. And that's just the bottom line of it. If there are other creators that are in this community that are re-victimizing victims, I sure will. There are others. There are many. And we should all take a stand against them. No one should be in this community that is lying, stealing, and re-victimizing them. They do not deserve that. They deserve us to be ethical and moral and to have their backs and not take and not lie and not just the people that he says that he's talked to that he hasn't. Go read what he wrote on Reddit about one of the witnesses that he made up false. He made it look like he was talking to her in messages when he wasn't. And he's done that multiple times, and I have the proof. He wasn't talking to her. She came out and called him out and said, no, this is not me. I did not do that. And what did he say? He literally he got so nasty and insinuated, well, basically he just said it. I can't even say it because it's nasty. Look what he said about me. I've never been with that dude. I wouldn't give him a second look. Like, gross. That's what he does. Look what he did to me. Do you not care about that? Putting someone's address out there? I haven't done that to him. I've never done that. I haven't done that to her either. And what did he say? Why did he say he did that? He said, I wanted the individuals to know what I had on them. He had my full name, my address, and my phone number, and he left it on his YouTube for 13 hours. And then makes a video justifying why he thinks he has the right to do that. Because I'm telling the truth about him? Because I'm going against him? Which I already told him I would. I told him that. Fine. If it's not about hate. It's about the truth. It's about the truth and telling the truth. And if we don't stand up for other people in this world, that's a sad world to live in my opinion. It's a sad world to live in. This just watch out for yourself, just do your own thing. Don't worry about everybody else. That's exactly the attitude of a world that will end one day. If everybody does that and everybody has that attitude. We should have an attitude of wanting to protect other people, to shine a light on things that will hurt someone. He's hurt too many people. He's hurt people that I love in this community. He's hurt Incognito Society, Chaotic Beauty, Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Don Morris, Tanner Barton's mother. I could go on and on. Ray Hanish's mother and sisters. Nicole Bowen's mother, aunt, and family. They can't stand him. Why do you think that is? Go look and see what they say about me. Compare that. Because now they're all my friends. Every story that I have every victim that I have talked to, Mrs. Allen, Haley, Ginger, Cheryl, Dottie, Cher, Roxy, Shannon Pox, aunt, uncle, family members. I still talk to all of them. And there's more. Because I'm not a shitty person and I don't take from them and I don't use them to get what I want. That's the difference. Bloke, CD, what are you talking? Sleuth, what are you talking about? The real peaceful sleuth that literally said, because I said, if I find out that you are a criminal, you're the things that Greeno is, I would put you on blast. You bet your ass I would. There's a big difference between calling someone out on their shit and doxing them and going after their house, their family. And look at the things that he insinuated in his video that somebody sent me, calling me the devil and trash. Oh, but he doesn't judge. He's all about peace and love and getting fucking high all the time. Like, really? He didn't know Bruiser. He didn't. It's ridiculous. He wouldn't know how. I mean, he is like, he literally said, I will burn your fucking house down if you come after me. Real peaceful. Real peaceful. What about Bloke? Bloke saw the light. Like he admit. See this is the thing that you don't understand is everybody does have a past. And see what happens is that's what he uses that to manipulate people. He uses it to put them in their place and show them that they're not perfect. He says it all the time. He says it all the time. They're not, well, everybody's done something wrong. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. They admit, and I respect it even more when people come forward and they admit what they've done wrong in their past. And guess what? It's in their past. Like he used that against a very special friend of mine. He used that against her for years. And I finally said, you stopped the behavior. Yeah, you messed up. You admitted it, you owned it, and you don't have to pay for it another day of your life. You learned from it. You became a better person. You changed. You didn't keep repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. That's the difference. That's the difference. Oh my gosh. Gray. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. I don't even know what to do. Aw, boom. How do I put it on the screen? I don't know how. Hold on. Aw, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. You beat me to it. Aw. Thanks, Pug. Professor Pug. That's really cool. I appreciate that, you guys. And but yeah, I'm gonna get on. Sleuth is high on what else, please? I don't know. All I know is that threatening to burn someone's house down, like the difference is that Greeno puts his full name out there. Because he talks about himself in the third person all the time. So even when he was reading his own court documents and twisting them into what he wanted, he said, what was it that he said? Oh, his full name. Does Sleuth do that? Does Sleuth put out his full name? No. I would never put out his name, his address. I've never done that. I've never one time done something like that. Maybe on an accident. But to do that, that's the difference. There's a big difference of me saying Sleuth Intuition called me trash. Sleuth Intuition said I was the devil. Sleuth Intuition threatened to burn my house down. That's putting someone on blast for the shit that they say. Not putting his address out. And if it's idiotic, and then to use the Bible and to use that Satanists have and try to compare something like that, like, that's disturbing. You should be disturbed by that. Like, really disturbed by that. Of the way that he treated that guy in there for and hate. And what was he compare? Oh, self-responsibility, or what, individual responsibility. Yeah, we all have that first. But like that poem, let's just pull that right on up. Oh, well, actually I have a little verse. And I suggest that he read Jeremiah. I grew up in the church. I know the Bible. I've read it 3 times all the way through. Like, don't come at me with stuff like that. Like, you can think what you want, but don't bring God into it. Like, come on. And pretend like you're on some God side and manipulate people with that bullshit. Because that's what it was. Is all bullshit. He's got an agenda, and that's all I have to say about it. But here's some verses for him. This is what God thinks about people that are indifferent and lukewarm. I know your deeds, that you are neither cold nor hot. I wish that you were cold or hot. So because you are lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. Be sober-minded. Be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. Let me find that little comment. I hope everyone understands when people go to jail, it's because they are facing their punishment. So when they are released, the debt to society is paid. If you attack Greeno after that, you are trash. When he goes away, he's not gone. He may be incarcerated, but that doesn't seem to matter. He's still on YouTube. And if he's still on this platform, then I'm going to talk about him. If he decides to have a YouTube about crocheting or mud pies, I don't care what it is, as long as it's not in this true crime community, because we have a responsibility to protect it. And that's exactly what I'll do. And I'm done talking about it. Yeah, and these people, like, do you not see the pattern? Do you not see the fact that yeah, who knows? So when he gets out and he goes back to the same thing he did after he got out the last 2 times, because he's gonna go right back to it, except for now, he ain't even freaking gone. So he's still got somebody that he's gonna treat like crap while they're talking to him on a live and tell her she talks too much. And what was the other thing that Liz? Hey, Unroyal. I can't do any parkour. Parkour. I can't do any parkour in this tiny closet. Oh, why not try to figure out the killer of the girls and not spend your energy on hating Greeno? Because I'm not law enforcement? Like, real simple answer. Like, hello? That's not our job. That's not what we're here for. We're not gonna find a killer. Like, that's ridiculous. And I do my part by trying to protect Kelsey and Anna and Becky and Mike and Cody and all of their family that do not deserve. It makes me sick. The likes of Greeno. They do not deserve that. None of the families do. None of them. They don't deserve someone because he is a piece of crap. And and one of the mothers didn't want him there. What did he do? I have a right to be here. You know, like, really? Just come on. Go watch. There's all kinds. One of my a guy I respect gratefully, great so much. True Consequences. He hosted a thing. You can find it on his Facebook page. True Consequences. Mr. Lundeen, he is phenomenal. And he did a whole thing about the ethics of true crime. And he had on guests and we're talking about it and the way that we victim shame and blame and re-victimize them. And there's another one, The Ethics of True Crime. You could put that right into YouTube and you could watch it. Like, I'm not alone in this. There's a lot of people that see this and want to call attention to it. And he's who I'm calling attention to right now because he's the biggest problem in the room in the YouTube world. People don't even know who he is in the podcast world. Oh, probably. Yeah. Floof. Yeah, well, you know what? If he I don't really care about him. I don't there's a difference between just like, yeah, I think that he is, I can't take anything that he says seriously because it's just, one minute you're threatening to burn someone's house down, the next minute you're chastising people because they are a victim of, and not having justice, and you're like, "Well, you gotta get that hate out of your heart." Really? Like, I can't take someone seriously, and the way that he attacked Bloke for, calling him out and just, like, all of that crap because it was disgusting what he was doing to Julian. It really was. Like, it's that's just the truth. Yeah. I'm not gonna be doing a video on Delphi. You know what I do for Delphi? I watch Gray Hughes Investigates. I watch Incognito Society, and I support them. Um, I watch some of the other creators. I watch some of Graz when he does the Delphi this week, and you can tell that he is just like, "Ugh." It's hard to find content, on Delphi that is good, but there are some really good ones out there, and I share the flyer, and I read the flyer because guess what? That's what the family has asked us to do. They haven't asked us to go find the killer and compare him to Facebook profiles and stalk people on Facebook and put it out there in the public. Like, do side by sides and weird stuff, like weird stuff. Like, we are not law enforcement. We're just not. There's a place for this kind of a community, and yes, they sometimes they can. Um, don't fuck with cats. I just watched one about, Bitcoin. Can't remember the name of it. Excellent. But, we are not going to find a killer. It's just not how this works. Yeah. And that's the thing, it's just like, well, he hasn't done anything to me. That was another thing that, so we'll just have to wait and see what he says when he gets out. Oh, I can already tell you what he's gonna say. Like I really have, or he's gonna just, blame it on the system, like he's being, unjustly incarcerated when he's the one that takes all the pleas and admits to what he does. I digress. Okay. I usually give people the benefit of the doubt, but how many actual lies have you personally heard? Tons. So how can you trust him? And yes, go to Gray. If he covers Delphi, he has so many videos on Delphi that people probably haven't even seen. I even put one of the playlists for that is in on my channel. You can go there and you can find it, and you can go to his channel and you can find playlists where he's taken the time to break down the lies. People for people so that they can like watch what he's done. And he's actually has been around since the beginning, unlike Greeno, because he was on the run. You'll find that out later. But we got to get back to business. Exactly. Thank you, friend. I'm not sure what's happening. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Like literally you were doing and then he wants guess what, guys? Oh my gosh. Greeno actually lives in Delphi right now. He lives in Delphi. Okay, we're going to get started. So, to start, well, for one, I thought I would break down because I know like this is something that when you are covering true crime and you're reading through court documents, like that's totally normal. It's not whatever. So like the cause numbers. So what you'll see, 4 blocks of numbers. And so in Carroll County, it's 08D01. So the 08 that's Carroll County's like their district number, like that's their number for their county. And then you have the D01, and that is district or circuit. Some of them will be circuit court, district court 1. And then the next series of numbers is 0507. So that is the 05 is the year. Then 07 in that number series is the month of the offense. And then you have dash FD. So FD stands for felony D. So sometimes you'll see CM, like criminal misdemeanor. So that's what the next, and then the last one is when in like, it kind of gets confusing because some counties it's supposed to be a number series of 5 numbers. So it would be like for Greeno's case, it's 00078. So in that county, that's the number of like filing, like as far as I think for class D felonies. So he was number 00078. So the number, I'll read it again, is this for this cause that we're working on right now. Rene Anthony Greeno versus, so it's the state of Indiana, county of Carroll versus Rene Anthony Greeno. July 25th of 2005 is the filing date. The cause number is 08D01-0507-FD-78. The charges of this one, because this is continued from last time, is count 1, criminal confinement, count 1 through 4, battery resulting in bodily injury, count 5, criminal mischief. And I do have some corrections to make. So I'm going to share my screen here. I'm sorry, the chat is flying by. So you'll have to bear with me here. I don't know what all these are doing open. I thought I had it pulled up, but I guess I don't. Okay, so it says, Dear Judge, I am asking permission for Anthony Greeno to have a funeral visit for, I'm not going to name him. This man was like a grandpa to Anthony. Therefore, there is a no contact order against him for part of the family members. And it lists his name, my brother, lists his name, would be the only ones there with this special visit. The visit would be at Abbott's funeral home on Thursday, the 5th of January at 2:30. The whole family thanks you for your consideration, and we know our father would wish this. And then it just says thank you. And this is the one that we didn't show this last time, but I do, because I have a correction, I was going to go ahead and read this again. This letter to the cause is written by myself, and it lists her name. This is the Jane Doe girlfriend of the that got the beating from Greeno. One of them. There was her, the mother that raised him. And then on the other woman, I do have a correction I'll get to in a second. In request of the dismissal of a no contact order, which is held in effect upon the defendant, Anthony C. Greeno. He even put his real name. I, blank, being the victim in this matter, I believe I should have very good reason upon my request. I feel the no contact order was issued to Anthony C. Greeno against my advice and will. Anytime I have a child together. Hold on just a second. Just wanted to make sure I have the chat up. And you guys, you moderators, do what you need to do. You know my thing. Like, I don't really care if people say anything crappy to me. Like, I just leave that alone. I'll handle that myself. But if they were to talk bad about a victim, or a victim's family, then just block them. If it's blatantly obvious that that's what they're doing, just block them, because I don't want to have any part of that. I feel the no contact order was issued to Anthony C. Greeno against my advice and will. Anthony and I have a child together, and him not being able to see his daughter is highly unreasonable. I do not argue the court order in any way. I feel it is a violation of my rights, and also feel it is not fair to our child not being able to see his father. I need, underlined, contact with Mr. Greeno and desire it as well. I understand this order is a term of condition of Mr. Greeno's probation. However, I did not ask for this and feel the state took it upon themselves to issue it once again. I ask the court for a dismissal of the no contact order between I, the victim, and him, the defendant, sincerely. So the correction is, let me see if I can just pull this up. It's really hard to. That's not it. I know a lot of people are visual people. So this is just like, I didn't plan on doing this. So, just take it for what it is as far as, it's just hard to kind of look down over here and read. So I figured I would just do it on the screen, and you might as well look at it instead of just me. Make sure that works. Okay, so I showed the 2 letters. So the correction is that the victim that I called Jean Doe Grandma from reading the probable cause affidavit in the last episode of The Unpleasant Truth may not have been his non-bio grandma. It looks like it was his non-bio, like an aunt. She was probably about 50 at the time of the beating. His non-bio grandma, his like an aunt, and non-bio mom that raised him shared the same address. And the reason that I call her his non-bio mom is because it doesn't appear that she officially adopted him. She loves him and raised him. That is his mother, in my opinion. Anyway. So the next correction is the letter written to the court by Jane Doe girlfriend requesting the no contact order be lifted may have been written and or signed by Jane Doe girlfriend. He was out at the time of this letter to the judge. I would guess that this is his handwriting and wording. She may have signed it. She may have signed it under duress. She may have signed it and her own volition. And maybe she does use the same verbiage as Greeno and has the same handwriting as Greeno. I don't know. But she does appear in court, and that's why I wanted to bring that up, because she does appear under oath. So I was wrong about that. From what we just read, it appears that Greeno was released from the Carroll County Jail sometime after January 1st, 2006, when his non-bio, like a grandpa died. His viewing was on January 5th, 2006, and the funeral was on January 6th, 2006. His uncle asked the court for a funeral special visit, which when you look up like the lingo of what they use to petition this, to ask for this like motion for it in court, that's kind of the verbiage that they use. So I think that he still was incarcerated at that time. And it was set for before the actual visitation. So the visitation started at 4 and they asked for 2:30, which is another thing that they do to where it's not during a time when the family's there, but they can give them, I don't know if they would do it for like a grandpa, but I don't know if they did or not. The court documents did not say, it didn't have any response to the motions. And he even asked about them at one point. Seems likely that was still incarcerated at this time. There isn't an order granting or denying the motion. I already read that. We know that he said he had 2 months of a 6-month sentence, except he had 1 year. We know he said he had 2 months, like, I don't know. Like, I think he was just trying to trick the judge, honestly. So 365 days minus the 25 days credit that we read about last time. He had a class 1 credit allowed. So that's 340 days, the 365 minus the 25, serving 1-to-1. So it's like you get 1 day good time credit, and 1 day served is equals 1. So basically you get an entire, like, I think it's 50% of your sentence reduced. So that leaves him at 170 and a half days. And anyways, he was out sometime in February or early March of 2006. He almost made it a whole year without getting caught for any other offenses. But by January 8th of 2007, the hearing was held on the no contact order for Jane Doe girlfriend. The deputy prosecuting attorney, Christine Smith, and the defendant are Anthony Greeno appear in person. Jane Doe girlfriend requests under oath to lift the no contact order. So you see why I wanted to make that correction. The court grants the request and orders the no contact order as to Jane Doe girlfriend only terminated. And it's signed by the judge, Jeffrey Smith. So the next one we go to is the petition for the court for revocation of probation. And I actually have this one, so we can look at it. I think I can see it pretty well. So this is a petition from the probation office, and it is requesting under the undersigned probation officer represents the state to the court that the above named Anthony Greeno hereinafter referred in this petition as the probationer was placed on probation by the court in the above entitled cause. And so you can see that cause number I was talking about up there. And then it lists his offenses and what he was sentenced upon and convicted of. And we've already read those, so we won't do that. So number 2, that by terms of the probation established herein, it was required that A, the probationer shall not commit another criminal offense. B, the probationer shall not consume alcoholic beverages. That number 3, that said probationer has violated the terms of the probation established herein that A, on or about January 13th, 2007, the probationer committed the offense of residential entry and criminal mischief in Tippecanoe County, Indiana, thus committing a new criminal offense. B, on or about January 13th, 2007, the probationer consumed alcoholic beverages. Wherefore, petitioner requests that the court order a warrant and or summons issued as to the cause the probationer to be brought to appear before the court for hearing upon this petition, to be served upon probationer residing at Tippecanoe County Jail. I affirm under penalty of perjury that the foregoing representations and statements are true. Approved by the deputy prosecutor attorney and the adult probation officer. And then on January 19th of 2007, the court issued the warrant for him. And I have that as well. Warrant number 1. This is what they look like, in case anyone wanted to know. It's pretty simple. They send it to, obviously, Tippecanoe and Carroll. Sheriffs are the ones that typically are the ones that transport, and they serve the warrants. So that's why they're to the warrants. And that's about all there is on that. Yeah, Debbie, I know. I'm going in chronological order. If you stick around, you'll actually see all the way up until 2022. Because it doesn't change. Debbie. On January 22nd of 2007, there was an initial hearing that is held. Greeno appears in person and in the custody of the Carroll County Sheriff. He is appointed a public defender. Greeno denies the charges. A hearing is scheduled for February 19th, 2007. And then I'm thinking that he must have had a sidebar with his new public defender that we pay for. Then in the same document, it says the defendant appears with his attorney and admits to the allegation that he has consumed alcohol. He requests to be released from incarceration, and the judge takes it under advisement and will meet with the prosecutor and defense attorney on January 23rd of 2007. Then on January 23rd, there's a bond hearing, and bond is set for $2,500 with 10% cash allowed. So that's $250. And he is to abide by, and then the court also put a no contact order in effect for Jane Doe girlfriend. So they redid that one. And then on January 28th, 2007, the bond is posted. Someone pays the $250 and agrees to the terms of his bond. At first, I almost read it, put it in here, but when I looked up the address to make sure that, because it was just a woman's name, and I'm thinking, I thought that was the Tippecanoe County jail. But then when I looked at it closer, I was like, oh, that's actually an apartment. So that's like a person that went there and bailed him out. And I did not want to name them. And I won't. Will inform his attorney of any charges of address or employment within 24 hours. These are the terms of his bond. Will personally appear in this cause in any court of Carroll County. Will comply with any other conditions of release of this order. So the no contact order. He was bailed out by a woman who lived at 615 North Street in Lafayette, and it is an apartment, so good luck trying to figure that one out. There's a lot of apartments there at that complex. February 19th of 2007, there was an order hearing. When the judge, it's a hearing, and then the judge has an order that he instates. Appears the state defense and defendant. Defendant Rene Greeno admits to the allegation of 3B that he consumed alcohol of the petition for revocation. The state moves to dismiss 3A, the residential entry and criminal mischiefs of the petition. The court finds a violation and orders him to serve 20 days of his previously suspended sentence. He is given credit for 10 days served. He is ordered to continue probation as the same conditions and terms of the no contact order. And it's signed by Judge Jeffrey Smith. Then on June 14th of 2007, we have another petition to revoke. So February, March, April, May, June, 4 months later. That the above now, I'm not going to read all that again. We've done that. It's the same case that happened on August 15, 2005. Number 2, that by the terms of the probation established herein, it was required that A, the probationer shall not commit any other criminal offense. 3, that said probationer has violated the terms of the probation established herein, in that A, on or about June 4th, 2007, the probationer committed the offense of theft in Tippecanoe County, Indiana, thus committing a new criminal offense. A2, on or about June 4th, 2007, the probationer committed the offense of trespass in Tippecanoe County, Indiana, and it lists the cause number for that one as well, thus committing a new criminal offense. A3, on or about June 9th, 2007, the probationer committed the offense of trespass in Tippecanoe County, Indiana, cause number, thus committing a new criminal offense. The petitioner requests that a court order a warrant, and it is, I affirm under penalties of perjury that the foregoing representations and statements are true. It is approved by the deputy prosecutor and signed by the adult probation officer. Oh, really, William? Love to chat with you. Hey, Hoosier. How you doing? Justice Angel? Crimezilla. How are you? And Kate? Peace Mule. I love the names on here. They make me so happy. Aw. Good. I'm glad you're able to chat. I miss chatting with you. Unroyal. Who else we got it? Lynette. My twin. Aw. Go, my twin. Keep this up. You are so sweet. How do I... Oh, when I go back to the other screen, I will share that up there. Thank you. William Wade, thank you for being here. Paulette, hi. Tina. Cairo, oh my gosh. Cairo's so awesome. He's hilarious. So if he's loving this, like, that makes me happy because he's so fun. Foxy Lady. Aw, so many freaks are here. It's awesome. Cece. Hey, Cece. We are all vultures. Yeah, well, I think it might be his aunt, not his grandma, but they should, like, his grandma and his aunt have the same name, and they live at the same address, so I just assumed, and that's wrong of me to assume without verifying the information. And Debbie is co-signing. Oh. Gray says it's like having a rapist working at the rape hotline. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. My mouth is so dry. I had my cup, my tumbler, my freak tumbler, and I don't know where I've left it, so at least you can stare at this petition while I find my drink. And I totally do wash this, by the way. I definitely do wash this. Okay. Where are we at? So we looked at that. Now we go to June 15th, and the warrant is issued. It looks the exact same as the other one. On August 23rd of 2007, there's an order in a hearing. The state and Greeno's attorney, not Greeno. So Patrick Manahan was his attorney, and he appears with the state prosecutor in person. With all parties agreeing, the court orders the defendant released on his promise to appear for a status hearing on September 27th of 2007 at 1:00. If the defendant is still incarcerated in the Tippecanoe County Jail, the hearing on September 27th will be by counsel only. In 2007, so on October 24th of 2007. Oh, this is a good one. Petition for a writ of habeas corpus filed by the defendant Greeno. That's a nice ring to it. Defendant Greeno. What is a writ of habeas corpus? Well, it is an order to the custodian of the person in custody. So usually like the a prison, like the sheriff or like the prison guard. I'm drawing a blank on what they're called, but the person that's in charge of a jail or a prison. To produce the individual before the court to make an inquiry concerning his or her detention, to see if this detention is lawful or not, to appear for prosecution or to appear to testify. It is a recourse in law through which a person can report an unlawful detention or imprisonment to a court and request that the court order the custodian of the person, usually a prison official, there's the word I was looking for, to bring the prisoner to court to determine whether the detention is lawful. Wiki and the U.S. Marshal Services. So basically, and this is written by Greeno, and he is writing this to Carroll County when he's not incarcerated in Carroll County. So that's his big mistake there. Like, why are you sending it to them? You're not incarcerated there. So let's go ahead and read this little gem. And I haven't read all of it yet because he's kind of long-winded in his writing. I think he just, it just seems to me like very narcissistic with the whole pro ses and writing them out and everything like that. And then just the long-windedness and just everything about it, just seems, just to me anyway, seems pretty narcissistic and typical. So he's writing it here. A petition for a writ of habeas corpus. Petitioner is involuntarily being held by the Carroll County Sheriff's Department and believe he is being held unlawfully. Petitioner is currently in custody of the sheriff of the Tippecanoe County in Lafayette, Indiana. What? Number 3, petitioner believes that upon release from the Tippecanoe County Jail, he will be deprived of his freedom for invalid and illegal reasons. Number 4, petition believes that he has been placed under a hold for the Carroll County Jail and his confinement will be illegal because A, petitioner has reason to believe that he is being held for a situation that occurred in Carroll County Jail on August 4th, 2007. The petitioner believes he is being punished unlawfully for reasons of the law 396 F3D 887 dash, in quotes, pretrial detainees have greater rights than convicts in that they cannot be punished except for infractions of jail rules and other offenses committed in jail, even in non-brutal fashion. I don't know what that is. Non-brutal faction, because punishment requires a conviction, in quote, dash 161 F3D 1030 dash, quote, pretrial detainees has not been found guilty of a crime and therefore may not be punished by the state. C, petitioner believes that he has been deprived of his constitutional rights and his Fifth Amendment was violated because police officers did not inform this person of his Miranda rights before interrogation. 249 F3D 1094 quotes, because of inherently coercive nature of custodial interrogation, a person must be advised of his Miranda rights prior to questioning, end quote. Wherefore, petitioner prays that this court, 1, enter an order authorizing the release of the hold placed on this petitioner to prevent involuntary placement at the Carroll County Jail, or issue a transport order to bring the petitioner before the court only if the petitioner is being charged in a criminal case regarding this issue, or 3, issue a writ of habeas corpus commanding the sheriff of the Tippecanoe County Sheriff's Department to produce the body of your petitioner before this honorable court for a hearing on this petition for a writ of habeas corpus. And number 4, for such and further relief as the nature of this cause may require. Done this 24th day of October 2007. Signed, Anthony C. Greeno, the first. Forgot the Rene. And at the bottom, it says affidavit. I hereby, this is still Rene Anthony C. Greeno the first. I hereby certify that the above state matters in the petition for writ of habeas corpus and true and correct to the best of my information, knowledge, and belief. I'm unsure. So on November 1st of 2007, there is a order. They put an order in, but it's a hearing, and it is the state and Greeno's attorney, Patrick Manahan, appear in person, not Greeno. So Greeno is not there. So remember that he has been in Carroll County. He has been released on his promise to return for his hearing, but he's still incarcerated at this time. So the matter was continued to December 20th of 2007 at 1:00 for a status hearing. The defendant, pro se, filed a writ of habeas corpus. The court denies the petition as there is no current warrant or hold on the defendant. He is to appear on his promise to appear. On November 24th, 2007, they send this back to him, their response to him, because they think that he is in the Tippecanoe County Jail, right? But Greeno was not in the Tippecanoe County Jail, and so they were unable to forward his mail to him. I guess he wasn't where they thought he was. And this is the return to sender. That's the address of the Tippy jail. And, so they were unable to forward that as well. Oh, thank you, this account. Thanks for being here. Hey, Faye. How are ya? How are you? On February 11th, 2008. So what did we do? So November, January, February. So like 2 months, like a couple months, they realized that, he's not where we thought he was. So February 11th of 2008, there is an arrest warrant sent to the sheriff of Carroll County and Tippecanoe County, the state of Indiana, to the sheriff of Carroll County, or law enforcement officers authorized to serve warrants. So any law enforcement officer that is authorized to serve warrants. And I think I had a picture of that one. Yeah, so there's the third the third warrant for this case, this one case. That's what I mean, is like I actually asked my daughter, because she's so wise, of how, like, I should do this, like, what would make sense? Like, what would make sense, as far as talking about this, because it can be very confusing. And I was telling her how I was planning on doing it by going through, the 2005 Carroll County case until its completion. Um, but it overlaps with the Tippecanoe case, so that we heard about in here, the theft and the residential entry, the consuming alcohol. There's more to that case, but it's in Tippy. And I was thinking about adding it in, and she was like, when I was just like telling her about some of it and like how I was she was like so confused. So it's like, I think I just need to do it case by case, year by year of that case. You got to remember that these files are really big and there's a lot of paper in them. And I work. I have 2 jobs. I was able to cut back my hours so I can focus a little bit more on this for my second job, but I still work like I have children, I have a family, and I have to make priorities, and I have to put them as priorities too. And so, I'm doing the best I can of getting this out there. And yeah, it sucks because I do feel like I'm going on and on about Greeno. But because I'm doing these, like if I was doing this on a podcast, you would think that I just did this all in one day, because you would have 2 hours to listen to, and I would be going from start to finish like I did with Ashley Garth, Garrett Kurtz, Christopher Mathis, Talitha Beckley, and Jasmine Parker. And then the other ones that I covered on the podcast, I think I did some on Anthony Debaya. And so, like, but because it's on lives, it does seem like I am beating a dead horse or whatever. I don't like that saying, because I love horses, but like I don't like that saying. And I'm gonna have to change this wallpaper because I do have issues with like pareidolia, and I've seen way too many things that are distracting me. Yeah, I see like a ram, I see some inappropriate things, I'm seeing all kinds of stuff in this. And so yeah, just like always keep that in mind. Like I know, the difference is like I know that I do have my imagination is pretty endless. And I also used to, and I still do, I was in art school for years and years and years. And so that just like artistic mind where I just see all kinds of things and stuff. And so I see bunny rabbits, and there's even a silhouette of a woman in my bathroom floor, So keep that in mind when you're looking at different um, pictures, like of, one specifically that I see come up a lot is the the Delphi case with the killer on the bridge. Um, like I don't know why no one else sees it, because I see like a lady hanging out the bottom of of his sweatshirt. It looks like a torso is hanging out the bottom of his sweatshirt. But the thing is that my logical brain knows that that's not really what I'm seeing. It's just a frame by frame, highly, low pixels. Like when you zoom in on something, and you can literally count the pixels with your hand. So pixels are those like little, and trust me, like I don't know that much about, um, you know, like I'll just see if I can find one and show you. I'll do that here. Well, I mean, I probably have some in here, just something you can, maybe this will work. See those little squares? Those are the pixels. It's not really that, but this is Dirty John. So I kind of pulled these because everybody wants to give me shit about talking about Greeno. I am literally no different. I mean, I'm a lot more disorganized and maybe not as titillating to watch, but then the Nightline, who covered Dirty John. He was on a podcast. He was a podcast first. And then that he was on, and I mean, there's been the movies, daytime, just all kinds of shows made about old Dirty John, me hanging. No, I don't want to make him bigger. We'll look at his ugly mug. Anna Sorokin. Anybody remember this one? I mean, this has been a huge hit here lately. She's actually real, and she's just Soho grifter. So there's yet another grifter. Let's see who else we have here. This was a good one. I meant to grab this guy's name, but it's Murder Among the Mormons is I think it was on Netflix. So I'm pretty sure, but Murder Among the Mormons, it was so good, you guys. But this came across the screen. Fooling people gave me a sense of power and superiority. This is a real, docu series there. I like to impress people through my deceptions. And that was kind of like an aha moment because it gets really confusing of why does he just lie? Why does he lie about such weird things? Well, I think, I mean, I have liked to impress people through my deceptions. And so I think that it is it's exciting, that may be a reason, why he does what he does. Here's old Jameson. Was a serial squatter on Worst Roommate Ever, Jameson Bachman. And so, yeah, here's just yet another, con man grifter who doesn't want to pay his own way, and he knows the law. So he just knows that if he stays a certain amount of time and he moves his stuff in, you can't get him out. And this is something that Greeno does to anybody really, more so women though. So there's yet another one. I mean, they're literally all the rage. Like my husband, who doesn't even like true crime, he came to me and was like, he knows what I'm doing. And he was like, you ought to talk to Netflix. They are literally this is trending right now, talking about grifters. So what is different about what I am doing other than, the phenomenal quality they have here. I mean, I do recognize that. What is different? There isn't anything different. Here's another one. Mark Acklam. He's another grifter, con man. Puppet Master. That was a good one. 2 years after they're just the ultimate con man. I mean, there is just an endless amount. Puppet Master was a really good. It's on Netflix. It's really good. Sherry Papini. It's just a complete fraud, con, fake. She faked her own kidnapping. This story right here is nutsos. I was watching a Unmasked. They do a true crime and wine, and they were kind of breaking down this case, and I was just like, holy crap. And Kendall Ray did one too. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, just a complete, just lying, pathologically lying, just another grifter. I mean, and these are just like some I grabbed real quick, Tinder swindler. That guy. Wow. And he's still at it. Still at it. Yeah. This guy, Youssef, he basically just like conned a whole country, and like, I'm a big old runner. I am, running for my country kind of a deal. And like, he was a complete con man, stealing from his like birthplace and the people of his birthplace, like a complete piece of shit. And this is on The Worst Roommate Ever, which I recommend you all watch. And then I think the other one had the lady. Woo! Or maybe I accidentally edited it out. I meant to save it. For one, like, who doesn't love Dr. Grande? I mean, I really love him. So just thought I'd say that real quick. So I had a few comments. Some are good and some are bad. But I was gonna start with Running Fox said, and she gave me permission to read this. And then, if I understand it correctly, the drone was a gift. It came via FedEx. Well, before he'd collected enough donations to cover it. When he was in jail for abusing Jess, he had his minions run around YouTube harassing her and telling everyone Jess was trying to sell all of his stuff, and especially the drone his fans helped him pay for. She had to drag the drone out of the closet and show it on a live to convince half the idiots watching that no, she hasn't sold or pawned or given it away. Even then, I think she was too embarrassed or didn't have the heart to tell subs that their donations didn't pay for the drone. I honestly believe the unit was a gift from one single viewer, and I do too. You'd have to ask Gray. Oh, well, I think Gray might be gone, but I think he knows more than I can recall in this. Okay, so poor Jess. I think law enforcement needs reminded of how physically abusive and threatening Greeno has been. They forget, or he convinces the courts, God only knows how, that the women he mistreats are also mistreating him and are somehow deserving of disrespect and sexual abuse. I mean, look at most lawyers and judges, dirty old men with little to zero respect for a female who would be foolish enough to date a scummy loser like Greeno to begin with. Well, guess what? They are victims. He preys on women who are down and out, then pounces. They become survivors when they decide not to allow any further abuse from him. That's right, girl. When they decide to no longer be his victims. And these misogynistic judges and lawyers likely never take 5 minutes to even read the full complaint on the shit he's done to these women. It makes me sick. I pray Indiana residents will start voting out the leaders who are allowing such abusers short sentences or zero jail time or repeated chances to abuse further, or the bullshit they're allowing from jail phones right now. I'm angry. I'd better shut up now. Vote Carroll County. Vote these jokers out. And I asked her if I could read this, and she said yes. And I had one from Gaslight You. I mean, I love you guys. Like, your comments are phenomenal. And then, of course, there's the crazy ones, but they're entertaining to say the least. This one was of particular, really just ticked me off, and I kind of went on a rant. But I think it's fitting, from where we started when we came here and what Soul Sleuth's been saying. This is so pathetic. Don't you have a life of your own? I don't know about you, but I don't have time in my life to put my nose in other people's business. God, if I had someone in my life like this, I would lose it. Jamie Irwin. Here's my response. Again, makes a little bit bigger. Again, I cover true crime. He is a true crime case and a real crime victim exploiter. As Greeno would say, I'm just giving all but the 6-man team Greeno the people what they want. Remember how he always said that? I think apathy is pathetic. I won't accept living in a world where people are apathetic about a true crime YouTuber, Greeno, who is a domestic abuser, habitual criminal, a perpetual attempted absconder, not paying his child support, and preying on people's vulnerabilities in this community of all places, especially the people whose children who have been murdered. They did nothing to deserve that, and they do not deserve to deal with a self-proclaimed con man who preys on them like a forking leech. I will stand up for them. I have time for them. Many more feel just as I do. Fortunately, you are the minority. Good. I'm glad. I cannot be more clear. If you don't agree, go away. We do not have time for people that live their life watching others being victimized and choose to mind their own business. That's pathetic, if you want to know how I feel about it. And yeah, like I could totally sit here and be all chill and like quiet and wear sunglasses and get stoned all the time. I can fake that. Or I could just be B. You know, you see that as hate. What the fuck ever. I don't care. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. You know, this is, if this person has heard this from them, then it definitely is defamation. Finally found out this obsession, smelly melly. That's gonna be hard to read. I'll make it a little bigger for you guys. You had quite the one time with AG and he didn't want you again. Oh my God, I freaking knew it. Poor thing. Jealous little beach, aren't you? LOL, 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 smelly melly. Mad at Greeno because he dumped her. It's all out now, smelly. Oh, this is exactly what we thought. Stupid TWAT. What? Oh, Lord, help him, help him. Let's see what Sinbad Sailor had to say. It's obvious that you are in love with Greeno. I hope he gives you the attention you desire. That was kind of like, a veiled threat. I feel like you want to say you hope he hurts me. Seems you know the way these platforms work as well as the law. You also seem like a misogynist. Come up with better material, Sinbad. Be quiet, Sinbad, or you will be removed. Yes. This is another one right here. Some of you may remember my name in the true crime community. I used to be a moderator for Greeno. I am now ashamed that I was. I have woke up and smelled the coffee per se. I subscribe to your channel and will do everything in my power to squash this little ass. Wow. Another victim, like this is why I do that. If I can save one person the hurt the hurt on your pocketbook, the hurt on your soul, the hurt on your heart, your mind, mentally, if I can help one person because they come here and they hear the truth about him, then I feel good about that at night. I feel good about that because even if it's just one, but as I've been doing this, the amount of people that he has hurt have been more than I even knew in ways that I did not even imagine. And I won't talk about those. I won't. I will not bring those up. Because I do have character. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just saying like I edit out things that don't belong on the internet. I try to keep people's names out of my mouth that don't deserve to be said, that don't say their own name. You know, like, he's hurt so many people and he will continue to do so. He is still doing it from jail. He did it from jail last time via his Encouraging Anthony clan. He, put out videos. He had open secrets, you know, faking interviews for him. This is nothing different. He has done this all before. It is a pattern. That's why it's important. I don't think I remember. Let's see. What's this one say? Candace P. She always leaves me good stuff. Can't roll my eyes any bigger. If Anthony Greeno is such a bad guy, why did you choose to have kids with him? I absolutely believe he should pay you the child support, but publicly trashing their dad will not help matters. What? Like, they're just making up stuff. So I made sure that I put like her own comment, and just addressed her as this. Why do you blame the mothers of his children instead of him? Like, hello? You really need to think about what you write. Anthony Greeno is the only person that you should be blaming for his bad behavior. The only person. His children's mothers deserve our support and kindness. Blaming them for having a child with him is very disturbing. And you know full well I do not have children with him. If you're going to continue to comment, aim your comments at me and leave his victims out of it. And I do. I do. I would assume that because his children are minors, they would not be watching adult content. But if they do, I do think about that, and it does give me pause. And I hope one day that I can do something indirectly. Obviously, I would not contact his children. Don't get it twisted. Don't go spouting that shit. I know you're dying for me to say something wrong, but that, like, what Bruiser was gonna do, you know, of something that we can do as a community for his children. And if you're out there and you are somebody that can help make that happen to where, like, I do not want to contact his children in any way, shape, or form. That is highly inappropriate. Okay? If, like, my thinking is maybe a mother or an aunt or a grandma that would want to reach out. I don't know them, and I don't look them all up. But if you're listening, and I personally, and I think my channel would too, would love to do something special for those kids, by giving them gifts, something that they want, that they haven't been able to have. You guys just don't even know the half of it. Don't even know the half of it. It's sad. All right. Another ridiculous one. Oh, this, yeah, I don't really care about that. You called, yeah, like this is what I'm talking about twisting my words around. You called her mother and she called the phone number that called her mother. So you are the one to blame for that. What the fuck? You would call her mother or any of her family. You are going to look like an ass in court. Like, no, I said, you have it all twisted. I did not reach out to Greeno's girlfriend's mother, which I didn't. I did not. You stated in the video you did. I think your words were, I was trying to help her. Oh my gosh. No one is twisting your words but you. And I said, I will continue to help her and her family. I am a mother. I would want someone to tell me if my child was with a habitual criminal who was on the run and dating my daughter. If I was ever in her shoes, would you really not reply to a mother who was not understanding why her address was put online? You see, I replied to her. She reached out to me in Messenger. I didn't even know who she was. She reached out to me. She thanked me for the information that I had on my Facebook page so that that's how she found me. And she asked me questions and why is this happening? She didn't understand this crazy ass world. And of course, I'm going to try to help her. Stop trying to change what you said. You even used your real name. So her mother. What? I don't even see that one. Whatever. And then, and Bloke even came in, and I thank you, True Crime Bloke, for that. Like, he came in and he said, the same thing is like, no, you do have it twisted. Like, cause she contacted other people too, and it's like, you're not here. They're like, there's a Bible verse I just read about that. Like, you're not able to hear. You're not hearing. Wonder what all of these YouTubers, such as this one and all of the others, are doing to his kids. You act like you are so concerned about his kids. Think about it. Some are teenagers. Let's all protect the children and stop this nonsense. Of course, like I think I already kind of addressed this. And yeah, we should all care about the children. You should, and the thing is like what I said to the other person is the blame should go to them, not him. To him, not them. The blame should go to him, not them. And you don't get to put that on me either or anybody else. That's him. Can you imagine having a dad like that? And I found this one. This was from the picture of Greeno saying that he was getting ready to speak at the White House. Wait. Did he seriously say he spoke at the White House with the president? And she did this little thing that I am struggling to figure out how to do that, but it's so nice. I'd like to add it to my videos to where people can just jump to certain things, but I don't know how. With the president in your video, because the photo of him at the White House podium is actually from the Wax Museum in Myrtle Beach, LMAO. He had to crop the picture because on either side, there are these wax figurines of Secret Service agents. Notice how the WH the White House seal behind him is the wrong color of blue and cheap, shiny plastic. The real seals used in government buildings, executive branch, and Congress are beautifully carved wood and hand painted. And I mean, I know if I was invited to speak at the White House, I too would wear my Ed Hardy graphic tee. I don't, I don't know why that just like gets me every time I read it. Like, I too. I love that. It makes me happy. It makes me happy to read that. Every time. It gets me every time. All right, guys. Stop share. It feels so big. I had it set on a oh Lord. I had it set on a setting one of the last times I was live, and I really liked it. It was just kind of a bit smaller, like I had more black around me, and I liked that a lot. But I don't know what happened to it. It's gone. And I thought maybe it would be this one, but it's not working. All right, let's look at some comments. What is happening? I need to cut my bangs. They're getting way too long. Woo. Oh my gosh. You guys. I didn't even know, like, well, I'm glad that Gray got to be the first, because he's the one that really helped me and encouraged me to keep doing what I'm doing and to get my channel monetized, and that it's okay, and that I can do, like what he does. Like, it really is inspiring, and I hope to do the exact same thing, like, I don't care. I'll copy him, copy people that are doing good in the world, like, just give him credit for it, but oh, Faye always makes me laugh. I don't want to miss anybody. It's so weird. Like, I don't even know what to do. I mean, I'm really grateful. I'm just really thankful. I have just like such a great, I really do. I have such a great subs, and that's the thing, like Gray always says, is like quality over quantity, and it's so important. Aw, this account. Thank you so much. And Lynette, she gave me one earlier, and I think I shared it, but in case I didn't, I do have a great idea for a reality TV show. Yes. Oh my gosh. How many jelly beans they use their skills on. I'm picturing the show. Now I'm gonna have like sad tears, happy tears. I'm fighting the urge to mail Greeno a Monopoly. Sucker. Written on the back. Oh my gosh. Or maybe one of those like fake lottery tickets. You win $1 million. Okay. Oh. Oh my that's that's amazing. He puts out the address, so it should be pretty easy. I'll pay for the stamps. Um, yep, 13 months. Oh. It has to be a money order. I know, right? Like, who does he think he is? And then he wants to claim that he's the one that's about justice and to don't be distracted by my tomfoolery. Are you kidding me? Okay, there's some things in this world that you should not have to waste your words on saying like, "Hello, do you not see the irony, the like ridiculousness of this?" Um, what happened? Is Debbie back? What's happening? Um, but yeah. Oh, Faye always has good things. Well, we can print out $1 trillion fake money order and tell them we were sitting in shirts. Oh, like Chutes and Ladders or sorry. Yeah, I hope people don't send him money orders. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. Like, that should be so embarrassing. That is so embarrassing. My lips are embarrassing. They're so dry. I keep meaning to have Chaotic Beauty and Crime find me something that I can buy off of her. Maybe we can go to Casco. Maybe they have something at Casco. Can I get beauty supplies there? Or are you gonna or is that a no-no? That's probably a no-no. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Yes. Yes, Paulette. Yes. You understand the pain that his victims are going through. And like and see this is another reason why he gets away with it so often. It's because these are just my face is driving me crazy today. Can't why he gets it's just a mess. Why he gets away with it so often is because people that are like embarrassed, because he's just shameless, in my opinion. And so, like, people that are not shameless are just like, oh my gosh, like, okay, to fact check him when he says that, like, there was a time when he had said that, him and Cheryl, Nicole's mom, were good. They were solid and like that he talks to them and that, they're like on good terms and he still helps them and stuff. And I'm like put in this position where I know what she's going through because I do actually talk to her and I do actually give a shit. And so what happens is you're put in this position of like, I don't want to bother her with this. Like I don't want to bother her with this. I don't want to have to, hey, hey, I know that your daughter was murdered and you're having to go and hear these delinquents in court more than anyone should ever have to go to a courthouse, and that you're raising your grandchildren now because of these delinquents. But hey, did are you still talking to Greeno? Is he like helping you? And no, nobody wants to do that. And so he gets away with it. Nobody wants to go to Anna Williams, Abby's mother, and been like, hey, is this true? Nobody wants to have to go to Cheyenne, even though she's not like a victim of the crime, but she is a victim of the society that follows true crime for sure. Like, it's sickening. Leave her the hell alone. Good God. But like, no one wants to go to her and be like, hey, can you like, this thing on Reddit, like, can you dispel these rumors? I mean, there are people out there that do it. It's just, for me, like, like, poor Miss Patty, Miss Becky, like, the last thing I want to do is like send her a message and been like, hey, Greeno's saying this on his channel, like, that he, da 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 da, like, can you? No. And not just Greeno. I mean, there's way more. There's way more people that just say all kinds of crazy crap that is just made up. Like, where are you getting this? I mean, this dolls, the Delphi dolls out in the woods, and there's, a bus underneath and a freaking just blankets and just all kinds of crazy stuff. And like, who knows? We don't know. We're not law enforcement. We are not meant to solve the Delphi case. If you know the killer, then turn him in. I've turned in somebody that I know. Have you? If you really want to know and you really want to fork and talk to me about what I've done for the Delphi case, like an actual person. Like, have you done that? Can you say that you turned in somebody that you know? Do you know how hard that was to do? It was the right thing to do, though, because you don't ever know. That's what they want. They want the person that knows, not anything else. What's our business is protecting these families and bringing awareness and keeping this out there in the public's eye. We're not here to solve it. We're not here to solve anything. Maybe we can get enough things going, especially in like missing persons cases. Sometimes we can, because sometimes it's a matter of agencies that don't communicate, and you got an unidentified body over here and a missing person over here, and those are things that you can help solve. Oh, by the way, from last week when I got on NamUs, I already got a reply back from Mike there in Boone County, and he thanked me for my tip, and he's pulling the data, and he will be let me just pull it up so you know how, like, if you because I encourage people. I think it's something that is so needed. I don't think a lot of people think about doing it, but like, I showed you kind of how to do that on the a couple lives ago, of just, you can put in criteria and parameters. You can do that on murder data. It's a little bit harder because they don't give you the names. So lame. Because I guarantee you, if the people, not that we have to have access to the ins and outs and the details of the crime, but if Thomas Hargrove, the Murder Accountability Project, had access to the data that helps you to be able to find patterns, there's a lot of people out there that would be able to do a better job of putting those together, because they're not doing very good. like as far as like serial killers go. You've got an agency here, and then you got an agency here, and an agency here, and an agency here. Well, that's what like VICAP is for, but when they're not all required to put it in there, then you get these big, ooh, somebody's bumping. Ugh, I hate that. And so, yeah, like, what time is it? Oh, I'm doing good. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'll share that another time with the NamUs thing. I just thought it was really cool. Of just they're gonna compare that person that we found last time with Boone County Jane Doe. And we'll see. And he will. Like, I may have to remind him, like, hey, did you hear back? You know, in a week or so. But he usually gets back with me and lets me know. Aw, William, thank you. I love how whenever law enforcement reveals a new suspect, Greeno and Matt Sullivan are the first to say that they discovered it a long time ago. I know, right? I don't know about Matt, but I do know that Greeno does do that. Like every single time. It's like he's either involved with what happened in Delphi, or he's just inserting, because he's constantly inserting himself into the investigation, which is weird. And but yeah, he's always been the first, or like he literally came out after the Tacacac stuff and was like, yeah, you know, this is why my phone was taken. No, your phone wasn't taken because, like, really, maybe it was. Maybe it was. Maybe it was. Anyways, like, I never believed that his phone was actually taken. It was probably just confiscated because he got arrested again. But anyways, like, he claimed that this person reached out to him, like that he'd always had. He just did put it together, and then he claimed that he was the one that found Keegan Kline. Him and his followers found Keegan Kline. You know, and like we were the first to, you know, discover the name. Like, I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. He's been doing that since Daniel Nations. And I'm so sick of hearing that and seeing that, people saying that, of like, well, he's just done such good things for the Delphi case, really showing the lay of the land. Yeah, you know what? Ted Bundy, he did some good for showing them the lay of the land and like helping them find another killer. And so did Ed Kemper. And they actually did some good when they admitted to where they put all their victims' bodies and gave testimony to where they were. And then they helped them get to build their behavioral analysis unit and to make profiles. They did some good too. Oh, I might have to do slow-mo. Oh my gosh. I might have to do slow-mo. Aw, True Crime Maria. You're so sweet. Go sub to her channel. She is a doll. Her and Chaotic Beauty. Chaotic wants to get to 400 so and you all want her to. Like, you want her to get so where she can have a community page to post. And True Crime Maria does really short, just concise, good information. You have to have time to read it though. Like, so go there when you have time, but they're really short. They're just on point, you know, like her information is not fluffed up, talking, jabbing. Like, she does a really good job of getting to the points, and definitely go and check her out, you guys. Oh, Philip, hi. I hope it's okay that I read some of your comment. That's right. That's a very good attitude. Lipsha, what does the super sticker look like? I don't even know. I want it to be a Smule star. Like, I literally want memberships, or, like, I don't think I have that, but, like, just so I can give people Smule stars, but I can do that in a super chat, can't I? Kim and I, Anna and I, Em and I. Well, thank you, Lips. You are too sweet. Yes. Many. And I'm sorry, like, the comments are flying by, and I'm missing so many. So if I am trying to, like, say hi to everyone, and if I miss you, I'm so sorry. They're author rockers. He chose to do what he has done. Rise up and support his survivors. Aw. Aw, thank you, Faye. That's so sweet. I hope so. I mean, I have my flaws, trust me. Like, a lot of working flaws, but, like, at the end of the day, it's that, do you follow what you know is the right thing to do? And you go about doing it, and you don't just personal responsibility, you know? Like, yeah, we do have a personal responsibility to make sure that we're good, and to make sure that we hold ourselves accountable and we're not victims, and that we are, strong, and that we are doing things that are helping people. And, but we have a responsibility to the rest of humans and to animals, to not turn the other cheek. Little Bible for you. Not to just like, well, that verse is totally not relevant, but, like, just to turn a blind eye, of like, I don't know, like, whatever. Like, just because so that you can not say that you're not judgmental. Mark Mason. Nobody is indifferent. Go read that again. Mark Mason, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fork. Yeah. Audrey, hi. That is true. Hi, Christy. How are you? Professor Pug. Yeah, we were talking about. I like the fake money orders. $9.99 a month. No, I wouldn't. I don't think that would help. I don't think that will help. I don't think it will. I really don't. Mm, I don't think it will help. But man, that was a smealing good time, I'll tell you what. Man, I never laughed so hard. Debbie, your attempt at moral superiority is not working. Yeah. What's that called? Virtue signaling. That's another one oh my gosh. Yeah, it's not about, like, I don't know. Debbie seems to maybe be having a change of heart. I'm not sure what's happening. Timothy 5:8. Actually, I just looked I saw that verse not that long ago. Um Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do. That's a very good point. Yes, police must make a report of any missing person regardless of jurisdiction. It does not take that long, but the report and the call to other jurisdictions is needed every time, please. Yes. Mhm. Yeah, and don't let him fool you by saying, like, he's chosen to pay his debt to society and da 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 da. He's done that before too. He's said that before too. No, he's not. It's not true. Like, he's literally, this is what, like, this is he's not he's trying to make it to where it's not doesn't seem so bad by saying, like, "Yeah, well, I chose to serve," like, he tried that before of, like, "I chose to serve out my sentence because, that way I could just be free and clear." Like, it's the same things that he said this time. But no, this is literally because he ran away and hid, and he violated over and over again because he can't seem to just do the right thing, like, and so he violated over again. Yes, Debbie, he did, and I hope that that is enough for you to know that there are other true crime. You don't even have to like me, you don't even have to watch me, but there are so many other, like, True Crime Maria. Kristen Behind the Crime Door, Gray Hughes Investigates, Graz, Bloke, like, Fig. I think I wish he would get away from you know who, but that dude is brilliant. Like, he's super smart. There's some things that I don't agree with. Well, more so just like sleuth, but like, that dude is his I saw when I the first time I saw him was like, "Holy shit, sit down and watch this," you know? Like, I hope that he can, I like to see his content when he is just sitting there, and he looks just like my brother-in-law, so I feel like I know him and I don't. But, I haven't watched a lot because, I just don't have time for that other person, but, like, yeah, like, that guy, there are so many other people that you can watch. And yeah, and maybe they do have a criminal past, but it's not their criminal present, and if it is, then they deserve to be gone too. Like, if they're still out there, like, beating up women and just stealing and thievery and all this kind of crap, then yeah, no, they deserve to be called out too. I've called out other ones. I've called out that 321 report guy, Dustin Draper. Go read that nursing affidavit. That's disgusting what that guy did. And he's in this community, and we're just going to sit by and let him be in this community. Oh, hell to the no. Uh-uh. And I did. I spoke out against him too. He videotaped himself abusing a little toddler, like, in just sickness, like, just nasty. Okay. And no, he doesn't get a B in this community. That's not where you pay your debt. You don't go out and kill somebody and then decide that, like, "Oh, well, I'm just here to." No, you're not. I'm talking about someone else now. No, you're not. You're not here to make amends for what you did. Not when you say stuff like, "Let's get you, like, if you can have me on for clout, and I'm just doing this to help." No, you're not. Like, she definitely was not in it to help. And so, like, people like that, like, you don't get to come in here without somebody raising a stink about it. And if it's me, then that's fine. I'll raise a freaking stink. Totally fine with that. Yeah. My mom always says, uh, and that's the thing is there's a big difference between like ignorant and stupid. And I don't like the word ignorant either, but at its like core, like the root of the word is like so you don't know what you don't know. Okay. So you can't fault someone for just like not knowing what they don't know. Like you're just like as a child, you're growing up and you don't know that the stove is going to burn your hand. You are ignorant to the fact that you don't know what you don't know. But when you are taught, like when you are faced with a truth, I see this all the time with some of my younger nephews of like, um, what's his, it's just that like I don't want to get into anything political, so I'm not going to bring that up, but it was just like it just ignorance is, you don't know what you don't know. But stupidity is when you just choose not to, like you just choose not just to spit in the face of the truth. Like that's stupidity. That's stupidity. Oh, don't. You already gave one. The Bangs Club. One more day for the Bangs Club. Aw. That's so funny. I love bangs. Oh, thanks, Pug. Philip. Aw. I gotta run. Keep on keeping on, Mel. Aw, thank you, Philip. You guys are so sweet. Mm. What's ridiculous is getting caught with crystal meth in his system. It only takes like 24 hours for that to get out of your system. Think about that. He couldn't not do meth on a day before probation. And he admitted it in court, you guys. Like he admitted it in court. He didn't say it was Adderall. Yeah. He lied and said he was going to turn himself in. Then he said till after Christmas. Then he wanted to wait till after his birthday when he threw himself threw himself a grown ass man online birthday party. That was unbelievable. See, that's the thing. That right there is what I'm talking about, Debbie, but can still make great videos. So can other people. Like I know there's other people. I can't think of anybody right now, and I probably need to have like a list of people that I know for sure do good things cuz like maybe some of the people that I mentioned don't. I don't know. I don't have hours and hours to spend. I know that I like gray hues for Delphi. I know that I can trust Incognito Society because they've proven to me over a long period of time. And there's some new ones that are coming along, and we shall see. But like those two for me anyway. And I mean, there's other ones, I'm sure. But like you can go to other people that don't have a checkered past, that don't have it's not even a past, it's a present. It's a present. Look what he's doing from behind bars. Look how he treats her. Like, would you ever want someone to talk to your daughter like that? Like, that's sad. You talk too much. There was something else that he said in there, that oh, man, help me out. We were talking about it, guys, like, if you remember. Let's see. Was it? Anybody but Greeno. I mean, there's just other people out there. Like, I mean, people don't if you don't like me, if you don't like Gray, like I don't know. Maybe Fig isn't. I think that he's a better option. Like, and he doesn't seem like a criminal. Maybe, but then again, that's why you have to do your due diligence. You have to wait for people, but like there are other people that you don't have to put up with his like, well, he does good videos. Like I said earlier, Ted Bundy did some good. Ed Kemper did some good when they like helped with getting other criminals. Like all the people that participated in those interviews, like, and then, helping like capture them and like serial killers that have done that kind of thing. Like, yeah, they do this. So yeah, they killed a lot of people, but they also helped, they helped catch that killer. Like, I hate even saying that out loud because it's so stupid, but like, I hope you get my point. Yeah. Who cares? Who cares what his voice sounds like? I had a question for you, Gray. You know how you have Mary Lou? I want to have a green O. Like, what is that thing that you use to change your voice? Because I think I need to have one. If it has like the settings on it, I don't know. I probably sound completely stupid. Maybe it's not even a thing, but I think I need to have it so that when I'm reading his pro se motions, because I've got stacks of them, that I can do them in the Greeno voice. I'm still live. Okay. If I knew how to put slow mode on, I totally would. I'm sorry. I just wanted to. Okay, I got to the end. Oh, what would be great with the voice changer, LOL? You talk a lot. Yeah, it is creepy. I agree. No. You talk a lot. And then guess what? Oh, guess what he did? Like, he just wanted to let her know that he's not happy. Like, put her in her place, like, no. Well, can I call you back? Because it's about ready to go. No. And then feeling sorry for himself. Well, you talk a lot. And then what did he do? He literally called back like a minute later. So that was just all to put her in her place. Oh, her phone rang. Like, her home phone rang. Oh my gosh. And he was just like, well, that just really threw me off. Like, now I don't know what I was talking about. And just like can't you guys see that for like what it is? Sheesh. But all right, I've been on for 2 hours. I've been trying to keep it to a certain point, and I appreciate everyone that gave me what do they call it? It's like super chats. And that was super nice. And I am very grateful, and I appreciate it so much. And it was really cool um, to see that. So thank you again. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful, stop. True Crime Maria, you already did one, but thank you. Share, hi, real quick. Share is Ray Hanish's sister. Keep it sleazy style, y'all. Yeah. All right, guys. I hope you have a good weekend. And yeah, thank you again. It's humbling, and it means a lot. And thank you for the people that helped me to get here, and the people I know have my back. And my Zoom group, you guys know who you are. Love you. So I'll talk to y'all later.